Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about how to consume the news without letting it consume you. Because we're headed into what is likely to be a really rough and active couple of months as far as the news is concerned. And somebody sent me a message, and I definitely think their last line here probably holds a lot of truth. Bo, I'm 19. I started following the news during COVID because what else did I have to do? I'm better informed and like the feeling of being able to understand what's happening and know it's important to stay informed. But it's filling me with a constant state of dread, waiting for the next new development. The news just moves so fast. Is there any tips you have for managing the anxiety that comes from following the news? I don't think I'm the only one who feels this way. The news is moving so fast. Yeah, tell me about it. I'm recording this on August 29th. Let's see when it can actually be published. Okay, so tips on how to avoid the dread. Why does the dread come? Because you don't know what's going to happen, right? Because it's just constantly something new popping up in your face. Ever watch a scary movie? The first time, it was scary, right? Was it scary the second time? No, because you knew what was coming. One of the best parts about being informed is that crystal ball, the ability to use context clues to kind of guess at what's coming. And if you ready yourself for it, you're no longer surprised when it happens. Now, over the next 2 months, it's going to be pretty wild. But there are things we know are going to happen, right? We have the campaigns heading into the midterms. They're going to fire up and everything that goes along with it. So there's going to be some scandals, probably some information come out about political figures that you may like or dislike, and that's going to create a news story, right? You have the revelations that are going to come out of all of the various investigations dealing with Trump. Those have the potential to spark other stories. You have Trump himself and how he reacts to all of the news that is coming out, and what he decides to do, how he decides to steer the MAGA faithful. You have politicians who are going to make statements, trying to catch airtime and trying to get a pat on the head from dear leader. Those statements, they may cause unrest. They may cause acts of violence. So you know that that's a plot point that might happen. So be aware of that. Be ready for that. You have the hearings coming up. And any revelations from there, combined with an already charged environment from the campaign and from everything with Trump. You have Ukraine. And tides appearing as though they may start to turn. There's no guarantee in that, but that seems like what's happening right now. If Russia starts getting pushed back, there's probably going to be some wild rhetoric. But remember, both sides have to make a mistake at the same time for things to go bad. So when that happens, just, keep that part in mind. There's going to be more climate news. There will probably be some bad storms that are going to hit, well, probably me, this area, the southeastern United States. And then in order to try to energize their base, you're going to have the Republican Party continue to other people, particularly those of different identities or orientations, because that's the scapegoat. That's who they're training their base to kick down at. over the next 60 days, these stories are going to happen. It's going to occur. So if you can establish a frame of what you expect to happen, and it always helps me to kind of frame it in the worst case, you're in a better position and you have a clear view of what's going to occur, so it's easier to manage the day-to-day events because you see it as a build-up to a plot point rather than something that is unexpected, that is catching you by surprise. You know, history doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. If you combine consuming news with reading history, you really do end up with a very fuzzy crystal ball. And that little bit of foresight makes staying informed a little less stressful. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.